As a small scale farmer and like you, someone who is about to potentially be facing some unique circumstances, I'd like to share some thoughts and tariffs. With the crackdown on immigration and migrant laborers and how that's going to cause a labor shortage, along with the looming threat of tariffs, if they do happen, it's going to significantly affect agriculture. So, we're going to take into consideration the food that we don't grow here and can't grow here and just focus on what we can and the work involved. The sentiment among many is that we can both replenish the labor force with citizens, but also start growing en masse a lot of the stuff that we do import that we can grow here. So not only are we going to have to increase the labor force for the additional produce that we need to grow, but we're also going to have to consider replenishing the lost workforce that is going to be affected by the immigration policy. Now, each of those concepts alone would directly affect the cost of produce, but in conjunction, that has the potential to significantly increase the price. And if there is a significant rise in cost, that is going to cause people to start considering to looking elsewhere and potentially coming to rural communities and trying to shop at farmers markets. Now, as good as that can be for us, there are some things we really need to consider here. At our operation here, there are only two of us that do all of the labor, from planning to sowing to growing to maintenance to harvesting to distribution and to finance. And that includes the stuff that we grow for ourselves and decide to distribute to the community. And almost every other farmer I know still relies on goods and services outside of their operation as well to keep it going. So with the rising costs of goods and services and the effect on prices, two things could happen. The first is we could increase the labor to keep up with the demand on having affordable groceries, and be able to break even with the cost of living. But something like that would personally increase the physical demand and the personal time spent to meet that demand. But the second, and unfortunately the most practical option, which most farmers are probably going to opt for, is just to increase their prices to keep them competitive. Most people aren't involved in the production of the items that they consume and don't realize how labor intensive it is. And it's unfortunate because we went into this with the hope of providing affordable produce to the community and being able to donate some as well. And despite all of that, affordability is going to look a lot different because everybody is going to be affected.